Hello, and welcome to Naval Action. This is VMAQ2 Dead X. It is November 7th. It's a little after 1600 Eastern Standard Time US. There are 389 people online and 64 battles. And there was a patch today. Captains, rewards for participating on the test server have been delivered on the Caribbean server. Rewards on the Peace server will be delivered on Monday, November 10th. Rewards. All players who claimed a spot on any daily leaderboard before October 14th on the test server received a golden 5-5 Santissima Trinidad Rangoon Teak. Additionally, the top 6 spots received a golden 5-5 Endymion New England Fur. That's going to be a fast ship. How to claim. Ship notes have been sent to the reward chest. Transfer the note to any warehouse, then convert it into the ship. One free dock slot is required to convert the note. Other changes. Santissima Trinidad and Duke of Kent are now available to craft at craft level 86. Permits for these ships can drop from Dutch ocean fleets and from raider port battles with 6,000 and 3,300 BR. Permits are bind on pickup items. NPC ships will choose to fire at the hull slightly more often instead of the sails. That's a welcome change. Santissima Trinidad hit points have been reduced. Assists are counted properly on the leaderboard since Monday's daily maintenance time, November 3rd. So those are the changes. Alrighty. Got some mail. You received 9,000 reals from selling traders links, which was sold at Nassau. The ship was sold to Alex Silver. Thank you for your purchase. And my contract for 1,300 tobacco was fulfilled. All right. More monies. More monies. So here's our contract. We're going to claim it. We're at 729, 940, 945, so pretty much 730,000. And now we're up to 741, 645. So that was like a 41 to 42,000 profit. Medicinal bark is finally on the scoreboard for selling. Let's check that. I'm still the only guy. That's good to know. Let's look at cannons. Medium guns. 4-pound medium guns are on contract for 78 apiece. The store is only, then there's a contract offering for 26. I got a bunch of those. I got 60 guns. So we're going to place a contract for 4-pound mediums. For 50. And that's 60 guns. So that's going to be 3,000 reals. A little under after taxes. And long guns. These are at 153 for 4-pound longs. What about 6-pound longs? Those are at 150. Okay, these must be Admiralty priced ones, and then there's a contract for selling at 800. 150 is pretty much what these cost to make, I think. So I might wait to make any of those. Still got that Blom filled, burning a hole in my pocket. Plans for the day. I'm not for sure. Um, I don't want to run cargoes. That's kind of like a Saturday or a Sunday thing when I just want to like kick back and listen to musics. I do want to go out and maybe fight this a little bit more. I've already reloaded, so I might go pop some traders or maybe find some. I haven't tried this against a Renomé yet. I might need to try it against a Renomé. I know I can beat a Cerberus with it pretty handily, but Renomé, that's got more guns. Could be a bit of a more challenge, so maybe I'll try that. But because I got to start building up golds so I can upgrade the shipyard down in Pitts, and then I need to have golds to open more parking spots for my fleet. I got 8 of 15 in use right now. 4 of the 8 are traded ships, and then this Trader's Links, which I'm using as a stowage, like an extra warehouse, floating warehouse. That's going to be a review ship. I should do the review. And then the Cerberus is my reward ship, so I'm loath to give that up. The Rattlesnake I might need to sell because I haven't been using it very much, so I might strip that down and sell it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take this out and knock around and see what pops up. Still got my rewards chest. Gonna wait till I get like 3 of those built up before I cash them in. So let me head out, do that, and we'll see what pops up. Okay, here we are back in port, and I have a question to answer. I'm gonna attempt to answer from one of the videos. Mike Minnick, 5286, shout out. In regards to repairs, what are cycles and how do they work? Okay, that's one thing that I always point out when I'm doing the review videos on ships. That's not the right button. This is what I want. So when I hover over this ship and the stats come up, you can see down on the list there, hull repairs, and then next to it, rig repairs. And the hull repairs has a number 2 beside it, and the rig repairs a number 7. So each time you're going to click a hull repair in battle or a rig repair in battle, it's going to use that number of kits from your hold. So when you want to fix damage to your hull during the battle and you click 5 and then 1, that starts the repair phase. And then you got to move crew over and all that whole thing. And then the repair takes place and then it ends and it goes back to 0 and you go back to fighting. But at the same time, there's a cooldown phase. So when you click that 5 and then you click 1 for hull repairs, it's going to take 2 of your kits away from the hold. It's going to do the repair part. And then after the repair part, there's a cooldown where you can't click hull repair again. So it's several minutes. I believe it's 8 or 9 minutes. You have to wait until the next time that you click repair in battle. That's the cycle. That's what I'm talking about, the cycle. From the moment that you click 1 and it uses your 2 repair kits and it does the repairs, and then there's a cooldown cycle. So the repairs and then the cool down, that's a cycle. And then the next cycle is the next time you click the 5 and the 1 to do the next hull repairs. And then it starts again. It takes 2 kits out of your hold, it does the repair, and then there's a cool down. That's the next cycle. Now I've used 2 of my kits, which means I've used 4 of my hull repairs. Now in my ships, I generally only carry 3 hull repairs because the battle, the cycle is so long, like your repair time and then your cool down time together adds up to like well over 10 minutes. So each cycle is over 10 minutes. Now, how long does your battle normally last? If you're fighting someone smaller than you and, they can last 20 minutes. So you're not going to have enough time to do several hull repairs during some battles. Now, like in the port battles, those battles are over an hour. Sometimes they go the whole length, an hour and a half. So you might repair 5 times during a port battle or one of those big, huge fleet fights that they have on occasion. They go out and attack those home defense fleets, or what are they called? Dutch fleets now? Or raider fleets. When they're doing those battles, those are long battles. And so you got to have a lot of hull repairs and sail repairs to repair yourself multiple times during that hour and a half time because there's time. But in the little battles that I'm fighting, there's generally not enough time. Most of my battles are over in 20 minutes or so. So, like, if I do one hull repair, the battle's pretty much over by the time that my cooldown timer for the next cycle, is counted down enough. I hope I'm making sense. So, what I mean is that for each time that I click hull repairs in battle, it's going to use 2 of my hull repair kits that I have in my hold. So you see I got 6 in my hold right here. 6 hull repairs. And I have 7 rig repairs. Actually, I don't. I took one of them and put them here. So I generally carry 3 hull repair kits, 3 cycles of hull repairs, which is 2 kits each. So I can do 3 cycles, of repair, cool down, repair, cool down, repair, cool down. I can repair myself 3 times in battle from my hold. Now for my sails, my rig, I can only repair those twice in battle because I only have 14 kits and it uses 7 each time. So I can do a repair, cool down, and then I got no more kits. Now when you use the medicine, that heals your crew. And I'm not sure how much it uses during a repair cycle. You'll click 5 and 3 to heal your crew, and then, it's a certain amount of time, and however many crew gets healed during that time is how much medicine it's going to use. It's like 1 medicine per guy that it heals. I think that's the way that works. The only time I've ever used this is during boarding, and I can't, that's so chaotic for me that I can't keep track of how that works. I might need to try that sometime and figure all that out. There's people that know exactly how much this gets used each time you click 5 and then 3. There's also another selection. So like when your rudder gets damaged or your pump gets damaged or your magazine gets damaged, you get that little message under your ship status and it's got the yellow or the red. If you want to fix that, that's when you click 5 and then 4, which is emergency repairs. And that doesn't use any kits, it doesn't use any medicine, it's just emergency repairs. But that also, there's a limited number of those that you get per battle. And I believe there's a cooldown for that also. But it's less time than for the big repairs. So I hope I've explained it to you. Okay, when I'm saying cycle, I'm saying that each time you click the hull repair, it's going to use two of your kits. It's going to repair, and then there's a cool down time. That's the cycle. Okay, so each time that you click that, you're going to use two kits, repair, cool down. And then once the cool down timer ends, you can click repair that thing again. And then it's repair and then cool down. That's the cycle. Repair, then cool down. And you can only do the number of kits that you have in your hold. So if you've got, for one hull repair it requires two kits and you only have one kit in your hold, well guess what? It's not going to repair because you don't got enough. You need to have two kits to do a hull repair. I got 6. I can do 3 hull repairs during the battle. 3 cycles. That's what I'm talking about when I'm describing cycles of hull repairs. And that happens each time in battle when you're damaged, you click 5, and for hull repairs you click 1, or for rig repairs you click 2, or for crew healing you click 3, or for emergency repairs you click 4. 5 and 1, 5 and 2, 5 and 3, 5 and 4. It depends on what you need to do during battle. Most of the ones I click are 5 and 4s, when my rudder gets damaged. That happens a lot in the La Requin, your rudder gets damaged. But I hope I've explained it for you. If not, hit me back up in the comments and I'll try again. I'll try to purposely during a battle focus on that a little bit. I'll go out and I'll have a battle and I'll try to explain that and fight the battle at the same time, which is not easy for me because I'm not that good. So I hope I've explained it to you. A cycle is when you click 5 and whatever you're going to fix, they're going to start fixing your ship, whether it's the hull, the sails, or the crew. That's going to go on for a few minutes. And then when it ends, there's a cool down period where you cannot click repair that item. And that's the cycle. It's when you repair and cool down. That's a cycle to me. That's how I see it. And I hope I've explained it to you correctly. Please let me know if you understand. And thank you very much. Okay, here we go in battle. I tagged a brig. And this is to demonstrate the repairs. So we'll select battle sails. We're going to stay with ball. Just get right at them. Got to get our guns loaded. Now they're going to have a faster reload than me. See, I'm getting damaged there. Now you can see down at the bottom of the screen there, there's a little box that has a hammer in it. That's the 5 key. That's the repair box. So when I click 5 and then the, like 1 or 2, it's going to, that's how much crew is going to be doing that repair. So let's get a shot on this guy. That was a pretty good one. Okay, I'm damaged, so I'm going to click, at some point during the battles, you might need to fix yourself. Like, that guy, he kind of needs to fix himself, but the AI don't repair. So we're going to just pretend we're more damaged than what we really are, and we need to repair. So I'm going to take one more shot because I'm greedy like that. Okay, so I'm going to click 5, and so you can see the selections there. You got 1, and it says 2/6. So that means that it uses 2 each repair. There are 6 kits available. If you look at the 2 key, it says 7/14. It uses 7 each repair. And then 3, it's 49 and 80. So it uses 49 medicines each repair cycle until I run out. So I should actually be carrying more than 80 for 2 repairs. That guy's done. So I'm going to click hull repairs, and you're going to watch. See, now it says on the 5 key 0 of 59. So I need to click the 7 button so my crew can go over and start staffing that and fixing the ship. And at this point, I would advise like maybe running away, separating yourself from the guy so you can let yourself repair. Because while you're repairing, your reload is going to slow way down. It's going to take super long to reload. So separate yourself from the enemy. And then we'll watch the repair cycle go on. And the repair cycle ends when the repairs are done or when the timer runs out. You can see that's 9 minutes. It's counting down. So we'll keep watching. We're down to 39 guys, and initially it was up near 59. Now it's down to 39. So as they finish up their repairs, the number drops. And you can see the timer is for both hull and sail, which means that neither of those can be clicked while the reload timer is going on. While we're doing this, we'll take our loot. Loot, loot, loot. Carpenters help you do repairs. Okay, we're down to 19. So you can see that the 6 and the 8 key are fully staffed, and the 7 key is not fully staffed because I have it turned off. Now at 0, all the crew's going back to their assigned stations. So I'll click 7 back on. And then what happens is, it kind of like loads each of the boxes according to their needs. But if I click 5 again, I have a countdown timer that I'm waiting on before my next repair. That's the cycle. The time it is repairing, and then there's a time that you have to wait till the next repair. That's the cycle that I'm talking about. All right, so you cannot, it's down to 6:57, so I have to stay alive for another 6 minutes and so many seconds till I can click a 5 and repair either my sails or my hull again. That's the cycle. And we're stuck in the wind. How do you get out of stuck in the wind in this ship? Gonna put our sails against the wind, back up. We got full right rudder, so that's going to move our nose to the left. More and more to the left. See how we're backing up? And then once you got nose in the wind, you click F, and then the sails will go to the right place, and you'll start gaining positive speed again. And here we are, we're waiting. If you're in a tough fight, this is a long wait. Okay? It's a long, uncomfortable wait while you're waiting for this timer to go down. And if you're super damaged, and you can see how much they repaired, I didn't have a huge amount of damage, and I still got like a spot on my right armor where I'm a little bit damaged there. So the amount that gets done depends on how many crew you can move over to the 5. And my first thing when I click 5 and 1 or 5 and 2 is I automatically click the 7 off and let my gunners go do the repairs. And then I'll just try to avoid the fight for a little while. Like if you're faster than him, you pick your best point of sail and you sail away and you make them chase you. And then once you've got all your repairs done, you've clicked 7, your guns are all fully loaded, now you turn back around and go at them. Once you've got all your repairs done and everything. But you still, You're waiting on the next cycle. So you're going to have to like hold them off. And sometimes you can just continue running. You know, if you're faster, then you just continue running and wait for the next cycle that way. And then when you're fully repaired, turn back and battle. But that doesn't generally happen when you're doing PvP against another player, because they're going to shoot the ever-loving crap out of your sails while you're doing your hull repairs. The idea is they're making you choose. They make you make the painful choice: sails or hull, sink or be immobile. That's the bitter choice that players make you, that people make you make in the game. The AI, they don't really make you make those choices. They're not that vicious, I guess is the word. So here we are. We're still waiting. All this time I've been yammering on, and we're still waiting on our timer so we can use the next kit. I mean, they're going to boot us from the battle before we ever get to the 0. But you can see there's the 1 and the 2 have the countdown timer. The 3 is your heal your crew, and there's a cooldown timer for that also. And the 4 has the little affinity sign below it, which means that's unlimited. You can repair emergency stuff as many times as you want. I just don't know if there is a countdown timer. Let's find out. What? No, I don't want that. What? So 5 and 4. Did it work? No, it doesn't work because maybe we're still on the countdown timer, but it didn't repair, or I didn't need anything fixed, so it just said nah. But here we are. We're still waiting on that countdown timer. And in a battle, this takes an eternity. It feels like an eternity while you're super damaged. You've already done one repair cycle, and now you're waiting on the chance to do the next. And you're just watching this thing count down, and you're running away, and they're chasing you, and they're chaining you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I can go to full sail, and I can run faster. But then if he chains you really good, he might demast you, and then you're truly fucked. So here we are. We're still waiting. You know, this battle was over in like 10 or 15 minutes. And we sank the guy. You know, we shot him 60 times. We hit his sails once. We killed 1 cannon and 9 crew. Oh man, we're almost down to 0. It's almost time where we can repair again. You know, at this point, you're rocking in your seat. You're like, oh my God, come on, I need to repair. Oh my God, come on. And sometimes you just run out of time and you sink. And sometimes you're able to get to this point and you're going to be able to repair. The guy can't catch you. So you're going to get yourself fixed up, and then you're going to go back and you're going to finish him off. You're like, oh my God, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can repair again. You can see there's a 2 and a 4. I've used 2 of my kits. I only have 2 more cycles left. I'm going to use 2 kits on the next repair, and then 2 kits on the next repair after that, and then I have no more hull repairs. And then, like, if your sails are shot to shit, what do? Do you fix your hull, or do you fix your sails? That's the evil choice that they make you make. So, that's what I mean by a cycle. It took longer than the battle, basically, to go through the hull repairs and then the cool down. Took forever for that to go on. That's what I mean. So you want to get out of that, you just click 5 again and it goes back. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see what we got. We got 5,130 reals and 36 XP. Let's click on our hold. See down here? We only got 4. We started the battle with 6. Now we only have 4. We used 2 of our kits for 1 cycle of repairs, of hull repairs. So let's put the powder and ball away. Now, Northern Carpenters is a nice, you can see right there, armor repair amount plus 5%. If you load this into one of your boxes, on your equipment in port, you'll repair more during the repair cycle. That's what that does. It gives you more repairs done during the battle. That's why you would want to have that. And you would want like a blue, a gold, a purple one of those, because they give you more and more and more. We're talking like 15% more repairs rather than 5. So that's what I mean by a hull repair cycle. I hope I demonstrated it for you. Okay. Tag to Rename. Let's see how this goes. They're a battle rating of 38. We're a battle rating of 30. We're not going to screw around with chain. At least at the now. Oh, we'll load chain on the left side. Shot chain and then switched to cannon. How about that? That was bogus. Didn't see my rudder was gone. Well, this is not what I wanted. All short. We are fucking stuck. Oh, he sunk. Well, how about that? Pretty sure I made that tougher than it needed to be. I mean, crashing into the dude and all. Master Surgeon's mates, some grape, some gunpowder, and some doubloons. It was a strong rig blue, white oak teak. That's a pretty tough ship there. Had lots of hit point buffs and some good thickness buffs. And let's see how we got for reals and everything. 12,000 reals. What? 12,371 and 88 XP. And I earned another perk point for the officer. So that's good. Let's take a look at our ammo here. Add that there, that there. Oh yeah, I burned well over half of my ammo. So we'll go back and reload unless we pop a trader nearby. Let's check. There. No, that's a French one. Nothing tasty. Back to port. Okay, here we are back in port. Uh, I think I'm done for the evening. You know, I answered that question. I did a little demo with the brig. I had to fight against the Renommee. I also had a couple clips where I, you know, uh, pounced on some traders. You know, that's my standard fare in this ship is hunting the traders' brigs, bringing the cargoes back. You know, things are doing pretty good here. I did some crafting of 6 pound longs and put those up for sale. So it's been an eventful day for me, and I'm going to call an end to it here. You can see all the things that I did. I sold a lot of my, you know, I've been getting these various upgrades. Well, I sold all my gray ones. You get one whole real each for the grays. But hey, one's better than nothing. So, this is the end of tonight's video. Thanks for watching.